outgun 20-year-olds in digital faceless marketing. I'm gonna make it really easy, guys. I'm gonna give you a secret formula for how to pull this off. So this way you hit the ground running and have a lot of fun learning how to do this, guys. So just imagine, what if you can outgun 20-year-olds in digital faceless marketing? Well, how can you do that? How is that possible for a mom over 40 to do that? As you guys know, if you're a mom over 40, it's difficult to kind of recreate content. It's difficult to produce insane looking content that will result in any kind of leads unless you constantly iterating through multiple combinations of different strategies and applying those strategies, and it just takes a lot of time. So the question is, how can you do that while having all sorts of pets, cats, kids, and dogs, and having so much time driving around in your RVs or doing anything that, whatever it is that you're doing, commuting? How can you possibly squeeze any time in your daily life in order to outgun 20-year-olds in digital faceless marketing? Well, here's what you got to do. Especially this applies for any kind of mom who's on a go. So if you're on a go, what you need to do, you need to be creating a journey, your journey, that literally talks about your every single day life, showing like whatever you do, whatever you struggles, trials, triumphs, and tribulations that you're going through with your family, pets, cats, kids, and dogs, whatever it is that you're trying to do, and then showing some sort of a product. But the question is, how can you outgun 20-year-olds who are doing this faster? Well, the truth is they don't have the same level of experience as you do in something that other 40-year-olds, over 40-year-old moms need. And you happen to have that expertise while they don't necessarily understand those problems, and therefore they can't really truly talk about those problems. But you do. You have greater level of understanding about all those types of trials, failures, and tribulations that you're going through versus what they can do. So your superpower as a bougie boss mom over 40 is the superpower of you being you, and the superpower of you creating content that is cohesive in context of whatever it is that you're doing around your life. And if you create a very good following, if you create a fire-looking, powerful brand that literally just talks about all sorts of problems that you're encountering and how you're solving those problems, then it's going to be easier for you to make money and outgun 20-year-olds. Here's how you could outgun 20-year-olds if you're a mom over 40. Keep something in mind. If you're a mom over 40, you have constant stress, you're not getting plenty of sleep, and it seems like every single day somebody's constantly outgunning you, and you're probably wondering, how can you possibly keep up? And of course, this is the reason why I went ahead and I wanted to help moms over 40 learn how to outgun 20-year-olds. If that is you, if you want to learn how, stick around. Oh, hello, Nightmare for VR. Hello. So guys, look, hit some likes if you want to learn how to outgun 20-year-olds. So this way I know that you guys are interested in this topic, and then squabble up, because I got plenty of tea for you guys. So here's what you need to do whenever you're creating any kind of content. In order for you to outgun other people, you need to create content, but to create that content and to distribute that content, it's a challenge for moms over 40. I wanted to describe how you can solve that challenge. I wanted to make it super clear for you, clear and concise for what you got to do, what steps you need to take in order to outgun 20-year-olds. Because I see a lot of moms, they try so hard. They go post like a breakfast video of their day and they get crickets, while some 20-year-olds post it and they get like 100K views. So I see a lot of you guys could be frustrated from that, and I understand that. I wanted to give you the formula for how you could outgun 20. So can you tell me how to get a lot of subscribers? So here's what you do to get a lot of subscribers, guys. One of the ways to do that is to, and I'm gonna quickly segue, guys. So if you drop comments, then I segue away from the topic and I answer your comments. That's why you want to ask questions in the comments. So good job for asking this. But look, here's how you can reach to many subscribers. Number one, you gotta use multiple platforms. It can't be just YouTube. You gotta, for example, in my particular case, I'm using double Threads account. I use 3 TikTok accounts. I use Pinterest, LinkedIn, Buy Me Coffee, FUD, X, and many other socials. And what I'm doing is I'm combining them together using AI content-driven automations. So this is how I do it, but I break it down exactly what tools you need to do. How do you get a bunch of avatars spread out across all of your socials? So this way they're doing all the work for you, flying around all of those socials, making posts. How to pre-schedule threads ahead of the game, ahead of the time, so this way you're not stressed out. How to do so in a way where a lot of people just glued to your screen, glued to your content. How to integrate educational content together with inspirational and all sorts of other styles of content in one theme. So this is the key. As long as you create a theme, as long as you create a fire theme and hit it hard, your ideal customer profile and your audience's audience, then you're gonna be good to go. It's really simple for you to get like thousands of views on YouTube, guys. If you follow some of the strategies that I show you using short-term content and combine that content together with like Pinterest, threads, etc. Super easy, guys. All you gotta do is just follow my guide, jump into it. You're gonna be able to get a lot of people. But at the end of the day, the real reason is, why do you want to get a lot of people? Remember, you could still make money even with almost no subscribers, guys. That's the crazy part about it. And I also cover that as well. On TikTok, I have a couple of accounts, guys. When I go live on TikTok, I get like 200 viewers in real time. And you have to variate it and polarize your content. Meaning, let's say you go on YouTube today, you're talking about, I'll give you an example. Let's say you talk to moms over 40. That's your ideal customer profile. You're targeting them and you spilling tea. Let's say you're doing that on YouTube. Go ahead and polarize that same topic, make it opposite, and talk about, instead of moms over 40, like the same topic. For example, let's say I'm just gonna give you a good example. RV moms, how to make money with RV. If you are RV mom and you have a bunch of pets, cats, kids, and dogs. Let's say you went live on YouTube talking about that. Now, what you want to do, you want to take that same topic and polarize it and opposite, make it opposite, and talk about that's the same topic, but make it towards other audience. For example, you could say something like this: how would you like to make money from not even having to have an RV and still make money while serving other moms over 40 who do have an RV? So this is, you kind of using a little bit of mathematics in the process of doing that, and polarizing content in a way that is appealing yet still staying within the theme. So guys, that's how you get a lot of subscribers. You get real quick, you will just grow. But at the end of the day, guys, like, look, on threads, you could literally hit those viral threads. And I also show how. I just shared with you in previous workshops, guys, for how to hit those viral threads with a hash brown strategy, big bowls strategy, and all sorts of other strategies. So sometimes you're gonna see some of those trends pop up, and what you want to do, you want to double down on them, and you want to integrate your product and morph and shape that product in the direction of that trend. The whole skill, this is called thread stacking, guys. If you guys want to learn more, definitely jump into my thread stack digital power bundle. This is how you're going to get a lot of subscribers and, heck, a lot of followers. Sometimes I tell my followers on threads, and I have like close to 2,000 of them. I didn't have any followers last year. I had only like 10 followers, guys. And then I started using Threads Booster, and boom, all of a sudden I'm like, right now I'm at over 2,200 followers on one account, and I think like 200 on another ones, but another account I didn't really grow. So this one, so the idea here is, guys, at the end of the day, what you want to do, you want to verticalize your audience. You want to pick an audience, extremely vertical audience. For example, RV moms with pets, cats, kids, and dogs traveling around the United States who want to have a little bit time for themselves and make money on the go. That is a fire niche. If you talk about really generic thing like how to make money online, that's gonna flop right away. You're gonna be competing against gazillions of people, and it's not gonna work. So instead, double down, verticalize yourself, and pick a couple of products targeting your audiences. So for example, with pets, cats, kids, and dogs, let's say, so in my particular case, my audience is bougie boss moms over 40, luxury moms over 40 who wants to grow their brand, who wants to build their feudal kingdom, who wants to make more money, who have a bunch of pets, cats, kids, and dogs. So how do I get through to this particular set of audience? What I do is I double down on my audience's audience. What I do is I ask myself a question. Well, what is bougie boss moms interested in? Well, apparently they're interested in getting their kids happy, keeping their kids happy, and being like taking care of their dogs. They want to be really like attentive to what they do for their family. So I'm like, all right, well, let me double down and find some products that are really good, like some robotic drawing toy for kids, for example, where you stack a bunch of cards into it and it just draws some images. Let me go ahead and show that in front of those moms. And of course, you could use different strategies, thread stacking strategies, and all sorts of hash brown strategies to get those, to get this, to get those people glued to the screen and then recognize the product, and then boom, they buy. Another way is for you to become the next wave of creators, where you are the brand owner, and not only the brand owner, but also advertising other people's brands and promoting other people's brands, but in context of your journey, in context of utilizing things like TikTok Go and other features as you spilling tea across different socials and having this consistent routine. You get a lot of people quickly. This way, I'm like, literally, guys, anytime you go live, you could on any of those platforms, you'll be. The key is you have to be interacting with the subscribers. You got to be talking to them. You got to be involving them into the journey. You got to be asking them questions. You got to be showing comments in the screen, and you're going to be like literally interacting with them, guys. So that's the key. That's the key to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month. Now, have I reached that key? Here, no, hell no, guys. This is just part. Like, nobody in the whole world is going to be able to give you the full 100% solution. It's going to be mostly a combination of multiple solutions that you have to pick from different creators, from different skill sets. And of course, some of those skill sets you will learn from my community. You're going to learn from Thread Stack Digital Power Bundle. I can't teach you everything, guys, but I will give you plenty of tea to get you going. So this way you could create your own brand. So this way you could get a bunch of other people sell products for you. So this way you get more money. And of course, you got to create your own journey. You got to be talking about that stuff. You got to be literally on top of the game, communicating with everybody, guys. So that's the key. Be social, very social, guys. If you're social, it's going to be easy for you. Now, how do you outgun 20 years old? Well, you got to supercharge your threads with multiple. You have to improve your content distribution strategy. One of the ways to do that is to use ChatGPT integrated with a fire-looking content. That's how I was able to get Pepsi. Pepsi created a drink after my company's name called Freedom Fusion. I don't know if you guys know about it, but if you have fire-looking content, guys, trust me, people are going to be glued to that. One of the best ways to spread it like a fire and compete against 20 years olds is to use multiple content distribution strategies. I'm talking about go ahead and create a couple of threads accounts, primary thread account, secondary threads account, personal and business, and do the same for TikTok. Then go ahead and jump into that threads and use the 25. There's a 25 scheduled post feature that you could use on threads. So supercharge it real quick and you're good to go. You're gonna have a bunch of threads literally just promoting your content across multiple time periods, across mornings, afternoons, evenings. Do that on one account, do that on another account, and you're gonna be good to go, guys. You're gonna be so happy that you managed to crack the code. You're gonna come back to me and you're gonna be like, damn, I want some more. So guys, this is just small tea. And then of course you want to use tools like Metric Pool. You want to use ThreadsBot's socials or custom content driven automation that you get access in my community. Just DM the word PATH on my Insta. This way you have constant recurring posts hitting multiple socials and creating this almost like a snowball effect, where as soon as you have those recurring posts doubling down and literally pointing links to your threads across all of those platforms, then yeah, it's just going to be gazillion times easier for you to get a lot of subscribers, get a lot of traction, and start making more sales. So guys, this is easy. Of course, a lot of moms over 40 struggle. They don't know how to take all those systems. They don't know how to systemize things, and they don't know how to socialize with people. And what I do as part of my talent agency, I help you break through all the noise and make it easy for you. Hold you by your hand until you actually get it, until you start building your brand, guys, and start spending money. So guys, I'm gonna finish this ham, egg, and cheese croissant that I got, and I actually got to get going. But definitely jump into my lives, guys. Take a look at some of my workshops. If you want to compete against 20 years olds, don't worry, I got you, guys. I got the whole plan for you guys. So all you got to do is DM the word PATH on my Insta, link in the bio, and I'll see you next time.